You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, cool. Because it started.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So this is a tier list of us bashing on each other's decks, kind of, sort of, not really. Yugi, Joey, Mokuba, introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi.
The
Uh,
man needs no introduction.
I believe we should start with the most recognizable first. So we're gonna go Dark Magician, Blue Eyes first. Uh, Yugi, defend yourself because you're the only one who is here to defend themselves about their deck.
Defending them from what? We didn't really plan anything before this.
No, I just want you to say like the strongest parts of your deck and stuff. I guess you know,
Dark
and what
Magicians.
and where you think you would put it or it should be put overall.
Alright. Okay. From my experience with using a Dark Magician deck, it is a rather consistent deck.
Yeah, I can't not give you that because of Soul Servant, just kind of nuts.
And
It
their field spell that lets them put Eternal Soul from deck to field.
true.
Even though Dark Magician is the most annoying thing to face, it's actually a pretty.
I I wouldn't say it's the most annoying thing to face. Out of this list, I could
It's my opinion.
if monarchs pop off, they pop off hard and you won't play the game.
No joke. Yeah.
But that's like a 2% chance.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Yugi. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get a little bit blitzed for this, though.
The deck is pretty consistent, and most of its boss monsters are actually pretty useful. Like, for example...
Just say it. Just say the big one. We all know it's coming.
Okay. Dragoon!
Yeah.
Which should
Need
be
I say
non-existent.
more? I don't need to say more about Dragoon.
Honestly,
Because
since Verte got banned, Dragoon's really not a fucking issue anymore.
Really?
wait,
How come I
Verte-
faced 2 Dragoons in the same turn in my duel like 5 minutes ago?
Unlucky.
yeah.
Unlucky as hell. Or they're just playing like 3 Dragoon, 3 Dark Magician, 3 Red Eyes Fusion. And in that case, man, it's deserved punishment, you know?
Yeah.
I would say it's an A tier.
But yeah, I can agree with A tier.
I don't think it gets S because there are some decks in this that are just either way too annoying and actually will stomp out the decks, or they can pop off faster technically. So anyone object to A tier?
No.
No.
Okay, A tier that is. Blue Eyes. I think it's a hard C.
Think so?
Why?
It is abysmal. Literally, there is no like efficient mega combo other than Xyz. And if you want to play the ritual cards, they're kind of like a hindrance to you at that point because you're mixing your Xyz deck with your ritual deck, and it's not super consistent as Walker has shown me multiple times before. It's just really bricky.
They don't have enough special summon or search power to unbrick themselves.
Yeah, unlike Soul Servant McGee over here, you don't get like 80,000 draw
All
cards.
Blue Eyes has is Bingo Machine Go.
Go! Yeah.
Doesn't Blue Eyes have its own Soul Servant?
No, the most they really have is like card of consonants,
Or
bingo
trade
machine
in.
go,
Is the-
trade
is
in.
their-
Yeah. Like
And if you want, if you're playing enough of the level 1 stones, one may play cards of consonants.
yeah. But like if ever, I usually see like them play like 2 White Stone of Legend and 1 White Stone. No, wait, inverse order. 2 White Stone of Ancients and then 1 White Stone of Legend, if anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the. They do have a Soul Servant, True Light. Someone's Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, there was all that new stuff.
That's not Soul Servant, that's Eternal Soul.
But none of them like really search or do mega good things. And even then, Soul Servant has, or what was the card, Yugi? Magicians.
Yuma was mixing up Soul Servant with Eternal Soul.
Eternal
Servant
Soul.
with Search.
Yeah. Dark Magician, like Eternal Soul, or whatever the trap card blowing up is still detrimental to both decks. But Dark Magician at least has a protection monster for their back row and spell card zones in general. So like
Yeah.
they stay in A because they're consistent in protecting everything they own and still having the super search potential. Blue Eyes just breaks so incredibly often. The fact that Walker has won multiple tournaments with it kind of astounds me. But like I understand the hype around it. It's Kaiba. It won a Worlds once because it was in the perfect condition for it to win. Other than that, I think if Dark Magicians had the same type and amount of support as Blue Eyes, Dark Magicians probably would have won that tournament. But they didn't. The tournament came out like 2 or 3 packs after the fact, and they were kind of just left in the dust for a bit. But yeah. Any objections to C?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's enough for me.
Saying there's a trap. The trap card's called True Light, and everyone's ignoring that trap for some reason.
Let's look up True Light. Okay.
All it does is let you summon blue. It does the same thing Eternal Soul does, except instead of being able to just search their spell traps.
No, this is literally the worst version of
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. No, this is what we were talking about. If this gets blown up still, it still has the same effect as the Dark Magicians variant, where it still blows up their field. But they have no protection.
And they can't search multiple copies of spell traps because they can only search spell traps that don't share a name with a card in your graveyard or you control.
Oh, wow, that's awful.
Exactly.
So you get maybe at most like 2 searches if you're lucky.
You can search the ultimate, whatever their trap card is that makes them invincible for a turn.
And what, Burst
You can
Stream of
search
Destruction?
One. Yeah.
Okay, you got me on the True Light, but what about Ultimate Fusion?
I don't think it's useful. I think the polymerization that uses 3 monsters is stronger for it, even though it can't be searched. But like,
It's right there.
where?
Second row. First image.
It's literally called
This.
Ultimate Fusion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
During main phase, fusion summon one Blue Eyes monster from the extra deck dimensions Blue Eyes or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon using material by shuffling the fusion materials on the listed from your hand and or in your graveyard into the deck. That is actually like, it gives it a good buff, but this means it's a super late game play because 1, they're hard enough to search as is. 2, unless you like pop off and have literally
Or you're
2
playing Dragon Shrine and you mill your Blue Eyes and
Yeah.
then mill your stone.
So like you would need like a really good hand for this. Like first off would be Blue Eyes Ultimate, Blue Eyes White Dragon, trade in, 2 trade-ins, and then this. So if you just use 2 trade-ins, is trade-in once per turn? I don't think it is.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So trade-in, yeah, I played Exodia. I should know this actually. Fucking, I'm stupid. So 2 trade-ins, get the +2, so you can probably get a new hand and make more combos. You can ultimate polymerization from this, and then put those back into the deck. Gain a +4, basically get a new hand. Then still summon a boss monster. You can destroy cards, and you would have to go second, and not have this negated.
Yeah.
So like, there's a few things here that are kind of, yeah, it's cool.
Then again, Blue Eyes does also have alternative Ultimate Dragon.
Which with this actually makes it viable. I think? Or does that one need to be contact fused?
No, it can be. It can't be contact fused, but it's twin that can be contact fused.
Right. But I think this is better.
Raider polymerization.
Yeah.
Well, for a Blue Eyes deck, if you think about it, this all it does is it would only allow your alternative ultimate to do piercing since it already can't be destroyed by card effects. While then Ultimate Fusion can be searched by True Light to the field because it mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon.
True.
And lets you shuffle your Blue Eyes back into the deck.
But say somehow miraculously, actually, in all actuality, more times than not, they're usually only running 1 ultimate anyway. So like, if they're running Ultimate Drag, like the original, and then the new one, this could work for the new one. And then it would just be Neo Ultimate Dragon with both effects. Technically. Right? I think there's another effect on there that like banishes something, but like, eh.
For for which one?
Like Neo alternative.
You can banish Blue Eyes fusions to attack again if you control no other face-up cards.
Ooh.
And
That's not happening.
yeah, and if it's in the graveyard and your Blue Eyes monster is targeted by a card effect, you can banish it from the graveyard to negate the effect.
That's kind of good though. I will. Okay, because of that, actually, I'll bump it up to B, but I still think personally it deserves a C. Agrees or disagrees?
I think B's okay.
Yeah.
Yugi?
Oh, no, yeah, sorry.
Also, ignore the duplicates. We know they're there. It's just the fucking format thing was being
It
stupid.
glitched.
Let's go with the hardest decks to play next, which we only like one of these.
DDDs.
Yeah. It genuinely has the answers to almost everything.
Mm-hmm. They literally have spell trap negates. They have ways to get over monsters that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects by equipping them to your one fusion monster. They can reduce attack gain back to the original attack. They can make all your monsters untargetable by card effects or destroyed by card effects by having the big three on the field. And they just have so much recovery if you don't full board nuke them. They will come back on the next turn with like 3-4 more cards back on their board.
Right. Literally the only issue with this deck, in this, you can ask any actual Yugi tuber about it. I've ranted
it takes too much brain power.
It's too literally Joey is the only person I know who has ever played this deck.
I feel like if Joey teach me how to play DDDs, I'll just lose track of it.
But that's the thing. You need to be taught it. Most players need to be taught it. That is the biggest downside to this deck. So I think I would put it S tier personally, but because of how much you need to learn the fucking deck, I think it needs A.
I would agree with A with how much it does have a huge learning curve when you first pick up the deck.
Yeah.
How many duels did it take you to actually learn the full combos for the deck? I'm pretty certain 5. I'm pretty certain you incidentally, I think you might be able to find more combos with it. Because I still find combos for Shadalls out of nowhere, and it's really fucking crazy.
I know about DDDs, if you have Necro Slime in your hand, you're golden. That's all I know.
Nah, it's if you have Swirl Slime in your starting hand, you're golden.
Necro Slime is the one in the graveyard.
Wrong monster.
Swirl Slime is the one that confused with your hand, and then you could if you have Swirl and Necro Slime, you can fuse Swirl with Necro and then use Necro with Swirl in the grave to get 2 fusions out of it.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna roll a. No, I got it. And this is who's gonna pick the next 3. Yugi. You're gonna pick the next 3 decks to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start with Gravekeepers.
Ooh. Where do you think it should go, Yugi?
I think it's anywhere from like A to B, just because of how frustrating it can be to fight it.
I will agree with B.
I'm in B.
I wanted to say B too, just because if they have so much search potential and they have ways to lock a deck out of special summoning
completely.
In general,
Yeah. And
lock them out of the graveyard because that's
it's just their deck.
The graveyard, the extra deck, the hand.
The deck is the perfect anti-meta. I think it's always been it could always be an anti-meta deck for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas the other anti-meta deck on this was only good at a certain phase in Yu-Gi-Oh! But we'll get to that later. Okay, what's the next pick, Yugi?
I just want to say, if we are all saying how it's like anti-meta. Should we move it up?
Yes and no. The issue with anti-meta decks is that 90% of the time they rely on old strategies, which happen to be really good for a lockout, but just too slow half the time. And like even Gravekeepers with its maximum board could take two. Like if you're really lucky, it could take one turn. But if you're the average luck of every player on the game, it could take 2 to 3 turns to set up, and it's just kind of just slow enough to not merit A in my eye. That's why I say it. What next?
Let's
You
do.
get-
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can hear you, but you're just a little quiet.
I can hear him
Okay.
just fine. Oddly enough, he's
So-
picking up perfectly on my mic and audio.
Let's do heroes next.
Oh boy.
Okay, but like, are we talking elemental heroes or heroes in general? Like using
Like-
all of them.
Yeah. Like
So
Destiny,
the thing is, like, personally, it's kind of my deck, right? Because we're judging
Right.
each other's deck. I mostly use masked and main heroes. Those are the only
Okay,
heroes I use.
So elemental heroes with the masked heroes.
Yeah, I just
Not
like them
using
much
like the vision hero combos with the destiny heroes.
more.
to
Nah,
get-
vision heroes are too gross to me. I don't know what it is. They just don't make sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like you could throw destiny heroes in there for the DPE, but like honestly, I think it's a scummy card.
I
Still,
feel like Jaden would play Phoenix Forces in that deck as well.
DPE.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. You can play it, and I understand the merits to playing it, but it just feels slow. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's just annoying.
It is
Yeah.
annoying. I faced it so many times till I found a way to get rid of it.
Yeah, same. And
Kaiju it.
my answer is super poly it away because I'm a fusion fucker. All right. So where do you think it should be?
Yeah, I can agree with like B tier.
Honestly, it's B or C for me.
Same. Just because like they can do a lot, and they have Dark Law to to banish to make your opponent lose more resources.
Yeah,
They have like
the
they
full
have Great
nuke.
Tornado. They can have all your opponent's monsters tag absolute zero with
Acid.
into acid massive
Ooh,
change.
my favorite fucking combo. Do you know how many people bitched at me for using this combo in its heyday? Like when it was good, everyone was so like, it just nukes the whole board. I'm like, yeah, with like 6 cards. What do you need? 2? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, just get the fuck out of my face. You blowing up my board with like maybe 3 cards. I use 7.
Absolute Zero and Acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Absolute Zero needs at least polymerization, a water, and a hero. Then
And he's
Mass
Bubble
Hero,
Man, a hero, and Poly.
which summons the monster that's Absolute Zero. Then you need the Mass Change, which summons your 6th piece, which is
Which
Absolute
you either
or
have
Acid.
to hard draw, or you have to have
Yeah.
a hero lives to summon what's her name?
To be fair, this
Shadow Mist.
our deck has emergency call and to the Call of Duty card.
What?
the
A what?
Reinforcements of the army. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Reinforcements of the army.
One sec.
It's like we do have surge power, and with the newest line of heroes being Fire, Blazeman, Liquid Soldier, Solid Soldier, they're really good and they can help you spam out more. But like the ratios get kind of funky wucky if you want to do like some of the cool lockouts. Also Shadow Mist, but like nowadays it's mostly you'll see those 4 heroes played basically only, and you don't get to see like the fun fusions of its heyday, which will always be my biggest complaint. But like you're gonna need fusion tag at that point if you want to do that kind of thing, which it's whatever. But like personally, I think I would knock it down to C. But if everyone's cool with B, then I'm not gonna budge it.
Well, I can understand C. Every time I fought heroes, it hasn't really gone well for them that much.
Am I your main hero opponent, or like, do you mean?
I have like a couple people that play heroes. That
Okay. Yeah. It's just so. If my only condition is if heroes go to C, so does Blue Eyes. Because they're the same kind of playstyle, super aggressive, barely any lockouts really, but it's all
Just a lot of mediocre answers to
exactly, yeah.
things.
They weren't mediocre 5 years ago, but they're definitely
No.
fucking mediocre now.
Yeah, I remember what was it? When Solid Soldier came out, like man, that
Ooh,
was
Solid Soldier was
revolutionary.
so cool, dude. Liquid Soldier was so. It was like Shadal Beast, and I was like, oh man, this is literally just playing Shadals, but a good guy variant. And that's why I like Shadals and Heroes a lot, but I didn't put Invoke. Oh. You know what? We'll get to it. I realized what I did. Shadals is like so many variants. So if we move it down to C, we move Blue Eyes down to C, though.
I can agree with this.
Okay. That's Joey and Yugi, so that's a majority vote. All right. Yeah, one more deck left, Yugi.
Okay, the stream quality has gotten worse.
Yeah,
so
it got worse.
I am. Oh wait, I should.
Icy pixels.
What
I like
happened?
the orange
It's all
object.
blurry.
Is it okay? Let me do. Did it? Oh, I can't pause it. Shit. All right. Well, just tell me when it gets better, I guess.
Okay, let's try. I'm trying to remember what other options there are. Oh, there
Hey,
we go.
the stream quality.
Hey,
the
Zach,
heck?
We got our pixels back.
Sorry, Walker sent me the meme of "I'm gonna steal your pixels." Destroyed my internet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's do rockets.
Rockets. Okay. So, where is he? There he is. Yeah, I think it's A tier for what I've seen it do. I just don't know how to fucking do it or stop it. So like every time I see it, I get fucking butthurt and destroyed. But I'm like, man, I'm fucking trying.
I tried using I tried using that deck in the past, and so far I lost track of what I was supposed to do.
Walker used it, learned 2 combos, and it was like, I can't do any more than this because it's too complex somehow. And I'm like, this isn't DDD, guys. I've seen so many players play Rockets. If I genuinely gave it a go, I would probably be able to play the deck. I just hate Lynx, and I'm a beta male for it, but like, you know.
Yeah. And
Don't agree with me on that.
Wait a minute, I'm an autopilot.
I'm an autopilot. Alright.
Yeah, no joke. I faced Joey with his Ratchet deck, and so far I think I just lost track.
Ratchet
of
deck.
It's no longer rocket science, it's ratchet science.
Yo, it's Ratchet and Clank.
I faced his deck, and
It's ratchet
I
as
lost track
hell.
of half of his combos.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. But I do know it's about the same as like Adignisters to me, where I know they do so much, and Code Talkers. They just do so much for so little sometimes that it's just like, you know, you have a really big combo deck. If only I could stop your
basic
special
rocket
something.
hand can normally get out a Borolo Dragon, 1 rocket that gets an effect when it's targeted by a Link monster, and Savage with 2 markers on it.
The only like understandable like you're not scumbag for running these answers to rockets and like Link spam decks I think that exist is genuinely just Nibiru. Like that's the only non-scummy answer that there is to it. And like other than like maybe like 6 Solemn Judgments and a Solemn Strike or some shit, but like you're burning your life points. It's easier just to Nibiru the shit out of them and pray to God you have it.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, I'm down with it.
Yeah,
All right, Joey, Mokuba, odds or evens?
evens.
Okay. We were odds. Joey's going to pick. I rolled the same thing I rolled for Yugi, oddly enough. Joey, pick your next 3. Cubics. Where do you think it's going?
I want to say C for some things that I have seen Cubics do. I've seen them been able to search all of the the Crimson guys
Mm-hmm.
in one turn before, but it requires a lot of milling the one spell card away because it's not a once per turn search.
Oh.
I wouldn't say any higher than C, just because
It's
half the archetype is unusable without VJam.
it's also pretty inconsistent.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I still get destroyed by it whenever I fight it against Yugi. And I'm like, damn. You know, if it didn't beat me as many times as it did, I would have put it D. I would not have let y'all argue me away from it. But it's beaten me way too many times to not let it be at C. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Yugi, it's your deck. Talk about it.
I'm cool with C. I would move it up to B solely for the reason that I have so much fun playing it.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a fun deck to play, and I don't see a lot of fun decks nowadays. I see cool decks, but not a lot of fun ones.
Yeah, fun's a weird. Fun is such a weird note in Yu-Gi-Oh. You can't be too overpowered. In fact, 90% of the time, you can't be overpowered, or it does funny haha things like summon 16 totally awesomes and then be like, haha, I gave you totally awesome too, nerd. Fuck you. And then that's a weird deck idea. Make your opponent have all the totally awesomes. But yeah, I'm down with C. Okay. Next, Joey?
Endymion.
Okay. So we all agree, right, that this is not a fun deck, right? It should like
No,
in terms of how much
Deepest pit of hell.
in terms of how much
Good deck.
it's so strong. Fucking
It's so strong with being a pendulum deck, so much recovery.
okay, so like I'm thinking so far in terms of how strong it can be, as right? And the fact that it's a structure deck, making it super affordable to every player.
It's a what now?
It's a structure deck. You could buy 3 of those, go into a tournament, and probably still have a great chance of winning.
As long as you can read
2 million chapters of text.
As long as you read it, then yeah.
As long as you're not nearsighted.
So like I think the perfect best decision is put it in B tier for how good it is, how much hatred it has, how affordable. It's the perfect like bump this bitch down B tier. Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give it the satisfaction of going A or S.
The satisfaction the S stands for.
Yeah,
Especially for the world's longest
but
text.
C and D, it cannot stand. It just can't because it's too strong.
So somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it has to be B. Top of B, very top.
Very good. I agree.
It's not very fun to play, and it's not very cool, but it's crazy strong.
Yeah, just.
I hate to be a grammar Nazi. You say not very. I'm gonna say not at all. I think is what you meant.
Not at all what?
Fun to play against.
Okay, Joey, last deck. Which one?
I've lost my picks.
No, not again.
Yoink!
Black Wings, because that's the only one I can make out right now.
Okay. So in its heyday, it was the S tier.
Yeah.
No doubt. It is progressively
I think it's somewhere
lost.
between A and B, just because it does have like it has
a monster that's genuinely unaffected. Just generally fuck you.
It has a monster that lets you destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of Blackwing monsters you control.
Yeah. Soroka the Dawn.
No, I was talking about their synchro.
Oh, wait, their synchro has another effect like that?
Yeah, they have a synchro that once per turn you can target cards your opponent controls equal to the number of other black monsters you control and destroy them.
Oh wait,
No,
I heard that
no.
wrong. I heard you gain attack for some reason. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
There's a different secret for that one that's like gain them for defense.
I think square center of B is good. Because how much it's just degraded over time and it's just like not gotten the best support.
What about with its newer support it just got?
You got more support recently?
Yeah. It got that retrains with the new spells that make Black Winged Dragon an actual card in the deck.
Even a new
But-
continuous spell, Black Feather Whirlwind.
But does it give it the consistency it needs to bump it higher than Endymion?
It gives it a second Black Whirlwind and the ability to search their spell traps more consistently.
Above Endymion?
Not in power, but with the like, how many
Strategy?
with the strategy and its toolbox engine with what it has.
Also, technically, in modern sense, it is now a fun deck. And
Yeah.
not a meta slave deck. So I could give it that. I'll put it above Endymion. I don't like it, but yeah.
Now we have a square.
Yeah. Okay, Muffabeth, next deck.
No, Yuma, we have a crafting table.
Even though I can barely see any cards on there, I do remember Red Dragon Archfiend being the option.
Holy shit. Okay. Yugi? Argue me why this shouldn't be an A tier.
Yeah.
What, it shouldn't be an A tier?
Yeah.
Compared to like B tier or compared to S tier?
B tier.
Okay.
I think
I
a
can't
lot of
really argue.
I think a lot of synchro decks rely on the same combo.
Yeah.
So like after a while, everyone knows the pattern of what to negate and what to
Pixels.
We got the back.
Um,
I'm glad it's not just a big
but Supernova Dragon is it's so easy to summon, and it's
So easy and so hard to get rid of.
it's such a pain. It's scary.
So, you don't even need to make Red Dragon Arch.
No, you don't.
Make it.
You just need Red Rising and you're good.
Red Rising with Crimson Resonator, and then you can make it.
Yeah, I've literally seen this every time I fight a red dragon archfiend player. I will 9 times out of 10 see it, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even mention the fact that they still summon like Bane. Is that the negate?
Oh, no, that's
No,
Abyss.
Okay, Abyss. And they'll have both of them on the board. And I'll be like, all right, fuck, shit, Super Poly, and they'll be like, fuck, IFF. But. And then I just summon fucking Verte or sorry, Venom, thank you. I think it's A because of iconicism, really from 5Ds. What I've noticed from the kids who actually grew up with it, the fucking favorite series is 5Ds. Yu-Gi-Oh! The original never stacks up for some reason. I understand it, because Season 1, solid fucking bop. Perfect season. But, well, there's like one plot hole, but it doesn't whatever. But a lot of kids really like it, and I think it's, sometimes it can, depending on the crowd, could be more iconic than Blue Eyes or Dark Magician. So.
I agree. And I agree it should be in it.
Also, it was the first other extra deck monster. Like, after 2 generations, it finally released another extra deck type. So, that was pretty cool. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, when I played Synchros the first time, we all thought they went into the main deck and you had to draw them, then Synchro them away in order
That's
to
like
actually
what
use
I
them.
did with Flame Swordsman.
That sounds like the cross duel version of it.
It's not good. Ew, ooh, not fun. All right, next deck.
Okay, I already have 2 more on the listing on right here.
Okay.
Next up, your turn, Jaden. Talk about shell dolls, right? Shell dolls.
Oh fuck.
Shell dolls.
I know what I said. I tried to fix it.
Like, holy fuck. How it can mix in with every fucking deck has an answer to genuinely everything by just saying
Summon, destroy special summons.
can use super poly like a fucking mega slut, and then, oh, I don't, there's, and then you could just negate summons. You can make them, if you fuse it with fucking invoked, which is the most common answer, you make them not be able to play the game by making them only be able to special summon once, and then they also can only activate one monster effect, which negates 90% of the game.
Invokes Shell Dolls against opponent,
Oh my god.
and he ripped his entire deck and said, "I'm done playing you."
No, I've seen people legitimately get mad at me at tournaments for playing my deck, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just I only like fusions is my favorite archetype monster type. Everything else is like cool. I don't hate them as much as I used to, like especially for Link.
Yeah.
But fusions was just the perfect thing, and Heroes hooked me on it. Shadal sold me. And then, fuck, Invoke just made it better. It's just not cool. I think Invoked was definitely the more hard lock options out of the deck, though, like for fusions and shit. There's Dogmatic Ecclesia bullshit, which is another level of autism, but like...
Isn't there a Dogmatica that lets you add a fusion card?
Yep, it's dumb. That's why that's why I don't play that version. It's way too fast and makes it less fun than Shadal's technically normally are. But like in terms of strength, it's definitely, I would say S, but I can be fine with it going down to A, only because of how unfun it can be. But I would prefer it to be S, and we can fix the scaling after we put all these at where we all think they should be afterward. So. Any objections to S or A?
I can say it can be an S because it looks fun enough to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not fun enough to fight,
Yeah.
but play.
Can I just say I barely even know how to play a Shadal deck?
I do.
It's just mix a Shadal with an attribute, man. That's okay. So also, for like super background information, 2015 they banned Shadals, but right before they banned Shadals, I was working on making Shadal Heroes because I was like, there's potential here. We have field nukes, we have lockouts, we have destruction capability. It made it the perfect deck for its time. Then Shadals got banned in their extinction event, and then I cried. And then ARG format was like, and ARG format was like, hey, we have Shadal still, and we unbanned Stratos. And I was like, I'm over here. I'm with these guys. They know what they're talking about.
These guys, this is the good
Keep in mind, in fact, that they
Team Stratos.
keep in mind, in fact, that they banned Shadal's, even though it was the lowest win rate deck of its era. The top three top four really, being Ulti Beasts, the weird pendulum fusion archetype.
yeah, the Ritual Beasts.
Ritual Beasts, that's what it was. So Ritual Beasts, it was
Ritual Beasts.
Dante, Devil May Cry, which Dante's Inferno, Burning Abyss. Then what was it? The Brian Necroz. But oddly enough, in that event, what actually won the tournament was Mecha Phantom Beasts. That pissed me off. Because at that time, they were the deck with the most card techs, and then literally like a month or two later, like the Endymion deck shit came out, and I was like, ah, fuck. But I'm happy that it's S tier. All right, next deck. You have one more.
I know. I already got that selected. Joey, the best actors, please.
Oh my god. So like here or here?
They really just, it is the deck that has the most floaters I've ever played. Literally,
They do be floating.
they
even change
That's
your
a
effects,
rookie.
which is the most difficult.
Yeah, the field spell is great if you have a Pendulum Summon Abyss Actor. The first monster effect your opponent activates gets changed to destroy a set card your opponent controls, even if you don't have a set card for them to destroy.
So it just negates their effect?
Basically, the first monster effect of their turn gets negated.
That's hilarious.
But what sucks is there's no way to search it in the archetype because it's Playhouse and not it's Abyss Playhouse and not an Abyss script.
But there's always terraforming metaverse
Yes.
set rotation.
Yes, there's those. But like within its archetype, ways to search. There's no way to search it within its own archetype to not have to play those.
Same for Invoked, though. Oh, wait, never mind. Wait, no. They can't search their field spell. They only search the polymerization thing.
Yeah. Like, one of their floaters just one return can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, and then when it dies, summons the other floater, which when he dies, searches a card.
Hmm.
Or you could get the leading lady who can set an Abyss script instead of searching an Abyss actor. And they have the Rise of the Abyss King that can't be responded to if you control a level 7 or higher Abyss actor.
Also, its learning curve is less of that than DD's.
Yeah.
Or triple D's. And then on top of it, it's like, recovery, what's that? We already have our whole deck in our hand. Like, lol.
Yeah, and they have one of the most unique mechanics of they want you to destroy their set cards.
Right.
Literally, one of them is just summon any number of Abyss actors from your deck to the field.
Wait, what? Any number?
Any number. You could summon 1 or 5.
What's the cost?
It has to be set on the field and destroyed by your opponent while you have a face of Abyss actor in your extra deck.
Oh, well, you already have an effect that makes you change it into destroying anyway.
Exactly.
Well, that's okay. Fuck.
Yeah. And then there's one that lets you draw TL 5 cards in your hand. There's one that lets you return your opponent's or return a monster to the top of your opponent's deck. Let you look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a card.
Golly.
Like, all their set effects are leagues beyond the actual effect of the card. The only issue is getting your opponent to destroy them if they actually know
they're doing Abyss scripts, yeah. I mean, I kept falling for it, and I knew better.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to nuke the board and just attack you. Please let me just kill you, please.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
It's not gonna happen though.
Yeah.
There's only 2 ways for you to force your opponent to destroy your back row, which is the field spell and comic relief on the field, which during the standby phase can swap control with the control person, and then then your opponent's forced to activate its effect to destroy a set of Abyss script your opponent controls.
Okay.
I think as just because of how much destruction they have and how much recoverability they have from being destroyed. Literally, all they have to do is have 1 Abyss actor in their 2 Abyss actors in their hand at most to get 3 monsters on the board with the full scales.
Also, I will say this, for being a Pendulum deck, and after Mokuba's Tirade and Tyranny, I never hated Pendulums more after that point, but it was like one of the only Pendulum decks that I saw from that kind of looked like fun. Barring, of course, like the stupid cheap ones, like Despots, technically. Fucking Dynamists and the Magispectors. Magispectors were a level of cuntiness that my body wasn't ready for and got addicted to. I do not excuse that period of my life. Yeah, well, that was a mistake. We should have pre-banned it, to be honest.
I didn't hear what we were talking about.
A Magispector Unicorn.
Ah.
Yeah. Alright. I will go next, but I'm going to be picking 2 only this time. So, Monarch, right? Right? We already talked about this before. There's already a deck on here that's just better.
The D or C.
I think it's...
I can say D. it is annoying when they can get their full thing off to lock you out of the extra deck and stop your monster effects, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like a 1 in 5.
That trap card, it makes it so that way tributes and monsters are technically immune.
Yeah, and that's fine, but they don't have back row protection. So like one Harpy's Feather Duster and they're kind of fucked.
Or lightning.
Or Lightning Storm, yeah. Fucking.
Lightning Storm, yeah.
But in their heyday, holy shit, this deck was just so annoying, and the term meta anti-meta was coined from that deck.
Yeah.
Because
if it wasn't for how fast the game is right now, I'd say it should go higher. But
oh yeah. If this,
I don't think it could compete with how fast if they don't go first and get that 1 in 5 chance.
I feel like True Dracos can beat both.
oh yeah, absolutely.
True Dracos not only can beat Monarchs, but use their cards that give them the tribute immunity.
Yeah.
Okay. So next, I'm gonna flip a coin. Actually, I'm gonna heads is left, tails is right.
I need to use the restroom.
Okay.
Say,
Odds is right. So damn it. I really didn't want to be the person to talk. No, what? I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna go with the thing I wanted to talk about. So this is like the opposite side of Blue Eyes.
what is it?
Galaxy Eyes.
Galaxy Eyes. They're so fast. Their OTK boards are great. They have minimal negation, but like Tachyon Transmigration, then the Hope Harbinger, and then if you really want to fucking...
Also the deck that gave him Galaxy Soldier that helps him get to Cyber Dragon.
Oh yeah, and then it fucking splashed into other things, and it made it good, and it didn't give a shit. That aside, like, it is technically, like, weak, but in terms of, like, basically since all of our decks are rogue, it doesn't matter to us, but to, like, major tournament play, it's okay, it's good, but, like, you're gonna shock and awe, like, for one round, and then you're gonna get wholesale negated. But no, I think it's pretty much up there. I don't have any major arguments for anything not about it, really. Yuki, did we already put all your decks up here?
Yeah. Like the first 3 rounds.
Really?
Yugi's last card that was last pick was Red Dragon, so
Oh shit, I really wanted one of Yugi's to make it to S tier.
Which one?
Red Dragons.
Red Dragon.
I like I've dueled Dark Magician so much so I'm kind of like bored of it, and like I understand, I know it's better, but it would piss off Dax. And since we are representing each member of the Mirror Force gang, it's not just our 3 decks, it's also our friend Walker and my brother Dax, and we are the like big 6, the sinister 6 of this gang. So yeah, so I just want representation from them at least. And the reason why Dax only has technically 2 decks, which would both of these be B tier, is because Yugi and Dax both share a deck. So
They are one person.
yeah, oddly, well, in this server they're both Yugi and Yami Yugi, so I guess it makes sense. But speaking of which, Yugi, why'd you let Yami be so scummy with the fucking pendulums, man? Like, what happened? Did y'all get in like a heated debate or something? And he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going gamer mode," and then stole your wallet, went down to the grocery store, bought 3 structure decks, and was like, "That's it, I win." Is that what happened? How'd you let him get away with this?
He was talking to me. He said, "Yo, I want to try out pendulums." I was like, "Why would you want to do that?" And then I woke up at home.
Then I woke up at home. You didn't support my decision, Yugi. I had to do it the hard way. But how do y'all feel about Tachyon?
Galaxy Eyes, it's actually I've been okay with fighting Galaxy Eyes. Like I haven't been frustrated fighting them.
Yeah, but it's fun. Which is
Yeah.
I think that's a weird noter for our list, is that they're fun. Which is so subjective and so hard to be like, yeah, you're right. But sheesh, dog.
Of course I'm right. It's my opinion.
Why don't you back it up with the source? The source is I made it the fuck up, dude. Fucking. Like, literally, it's about fun. Like, what are the main issues that y'all see with Galaxy Eyes?
It's honestly been a while since I last fought Galaxy Eyes.
Like, not much on the Galaxy Eye stuff. Like,
I'm back.
I like their cards, and they're pretty decent.
Joey, I put Galaxy Eyes in S.
I think the most favorite Galaxy Eyes from my end is it's either Prime Photon Dragon or Neo Photon. So
It's, for me, from seeing Walker like get like devastated from playing his like main deck, I've seen it happen to him 4 times, and each time he finds a new deck, there's this glimmer in his eye where he's finally like, yeah, this is Yu-Gi-Oh, this is my fun. And each time he rotates, that glimmer comes back, and that's how I know Walker's back into the game. And that's what I'm seeing with Galaxy Eyes right now, and that's why I think it should be that high up. I don't know. But that's like 2 people for fun fact, 3 people for fun factor, really. Also, the fact, can't it make fucking... Yeah, Mokubo's right. It can make Cyber Dragon Infinity. So it has like 5 negates instead.
yeah,
Which is pretty good.
I'm also
And a
gonna
Nibiru.
agree with S rank because it was my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Blue Eyes, Galaxy Eyes, Chaos Max was my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck, but
Semantics.
exactly.
All right. Those are my 2. Yugi, it's your turn. 2 more. I think. No, wait. Did I just hog the list?
no, you were on the right. You're on the right direction. It's Yugi's next.
Right. No, but I meant like I think there's only 1 of each left. We had 17 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
There's
11, 12,
Odd Eyes,
13, 14.
Kotalker,
Yeah, shit.
and
Crystal Beast.
one other monster.
I hogged the list. I'm so sorry. I guess 1 each. Shit. I'm sorry, Yugi. So pick your
For
fun.
what? I went first.
Pick 1.
Odd Eyes, Crystal
I-
Beast, and Kotalker.
I want to hear what you have to say about Odd Eyes, Yuma.
Oh yeah, defend this horrendous
hang on, I gotta
bullshit
find
for
out.
us.
Yeah, find what list?
List of reasons why I play Odd Eyes.
You have a
What?
list of reasons why you
Wow,
play
cool.
Odd Eye?
Yeah, he needs to justify it that much.
Oh, right, for the court case.
Apparently the list only has like 4 or 5 things on there. So
4 or 5 things is all anyone needed on this list so far. So
number 1 on the list, they are power consistent. They can do a lot of damage from just doing attacks. Like
True.
Phantom with the effect damage, Odd Eyes for double damage, Lancer for no spell and trap, spell and trap access. So
true.
number 2, extra deck reliability. They can do a lot of things with their extra deck, like Vortex, Absolute.
Ugh, don't bring up Vortex. That doesn't make me happier.
They can even link summon away their Xyz monster to then get Vortex for free off the Xyz monster's effect.
Exactly.
Wait, there's an Xyz Pendulum Dragon?
No, there's they have it's Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. They're rank 7 Xyz. That its actual effect is you can negate attacks and then summon an Odd Eyes monster from your graveyard to the field.
When it's sent to the graveyard, I can summon an Odd Eyes monster from my extra deck.
Including if it's sent away as link material for a Link 2 monster or,
Or
whatever.
fusion
they're gonna-
summoning.
Wow.
and then
For
it just puts
Vortex
on the
Dragon.
field. It puts Vortex on the field, and Vortex's return to hand effect activates on special summon, not fusion summon.
So yeah, if I use like Odd Eyes Arc, and if a card gets destroyed, I can bring back the destroyed card.
So what you're telling me is the answer is always negate the Xyz?
Not all the time. Sometimes Odd Eyes Dissolver can get in your way as well.
Okay.
Because it must be used someone by using a card in the pendulum scale.
I just don't want it to go above B, man. I know it's power, but it's it's pendulum sorcerer, but pendulum dragon availability. You know.
Honestly, it's the same power level as Endymion.
Really?
That's what I want to say. For how strong they can still be, even outside their own format. Just with the amount of negates they can put on the board, with like making the link to Heradic, which is a zone negate. They can put on Vortex, which is a once per turn negate. They can. Then if you destroy Vortex without getting rid of Arc, then it's just going to come back immediately, and then they're going to return a card you control to the hand. It has too much recovery outside its own format.
Yeah, and plus I haven't even seen post pendulum nerfs with links that it even fucking mattered. And if Electromite
the whole
was
reason of making the new format was to stop Odd Eyes, this tyranny,
and it didn't fucking work.
It kind of didn't work out.
And then Electromite, like, if it ever came back, which it probably will, in all honesty. Yeah, like, I don't genuinely want to see players playing that deck. There's so much diversity in Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, where Odd Eyes is just, like, oh, wow, it's a protagonist deck. That's great for you, that 6-year-old who watched Arc V when it came out. Fuck you. I hope your parents get hit by a dumpster truck, you know? I hope you live in poverty for the rest of your life.
Thank you, Jaden.
No offense, Smoke, but you didn't... Wait, how long ago did Arc V come out? I meant, like, if there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Child fan, not like a teenager, because that's kind of normal, in all honesty.
Isn't it like 2012 or 2011?
It doesn't feel like 2012. 2014 shit. So they would be. So if they were 6 then. If they were 6
they
then.
They were born in 2000. Oh my god.
If they were.
My brother born in 2008.
Damn. If they're. Oh. If they were 6 then, 2014, 6 plus 2, 8. So they would be 14 now. They'd be literally your brother's age, Joey.
Yeah, I have one
more things on my list.
Oh, we got more?
There's still 2 more. The fourth thing is it's a control technique.
Is it control?
It kind of is, because there are cards in my deck that can actually stop you from doing stuff, like Persona to stop you from the extra deck. Because Persona is not a hard one per turn; it's a soft one.
Right.
If I have like 2 Personas, I can stop 2 extra decks.
Right.
So,
I think the thing is that if it
Odd Eyes Wizard, where I can summon out more monsters and also get more cards out of the deck, which I can use to stop you from by destroying or adding something I need.
right.
And then there's Mirage, which stops you from destroying a card I don't want destroyed.
Right.
It's also a soft one turn as well.
Ah.
So I think, for my base, it's kind of like a control
It's a
on the word control.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a control deck, sure, but it's also so aggro that the control parts of it, like, while they're there, honestly, if they weren't, it probably wouldn't change enough about how it plays anyway. It's kind of like Endymion, like Joey said. It's just all of its high power level combined really puts me in a butthurt state.
Like, yeah, I play Odd Eyes because it's a really fun deck for me to play. The only reason I play Magicians because it's for meta reasons. I just want to get the rates up. So, but Odd Eyes is still my main, no matter what. The fifth thing is also it has like 3 archetypes in one: Perform Pals, Magicians, and Odd Eyes.
Okay, so where do we think it should be?
For me personally, from when I play the deck, it's either an A or a B.
Huh. Okay. Anyone else?
I want to put it next to Endymion for not fun factor.
Yeah, that really becomes a fucking problem on our list, doesn't it? And Yugi?
Yeah, it's crazy strong, but it's not that great to fight. I can agree with B.
Okay. You've been lowered to B power level. All right, Joey.
What's the last one?
There's two last ones.
Yeah, Crystal Beast and Caxus Kotaker.
Code Talk.
Good, because you've actually played the deck. Here, right? I don't see why it's not here.
Yeah, it has a lot that it can do, and especially with Access Code Talker, since its entire destruction effect was based around the fact of playing Code Talkers, and now each Code Talker has a different attribute, giving him up to 6 destructions a turn if you went through like one of each attribute in your extra deck.
Not even mentioning the fact that you don't need them basically at all to summon him.
Yeah. Literally, at any point in a Code Talker combo, you could take one of your Link 3s you made and any one monster and make him just like that, because he's 2+ effect monsters.
Right, but like what I'm saying is Salamangreats play him so fucking much. That's more their boss monster than their own boss monster really is.
Yeah.
Any Link deck can basically say that too.
And don't forget, Code Talkers also have the monsters that you can use Link materials from the hand.
Shit, what?
Yeah, Code Talkers they don't have one of each attribute yet, but they have most of them where they have a monster that's called the Code Monster in the main deck that you can use as Link material from your hand, and then like when they're sent from your hand or field to the graveyard as Link material, they get effects. Like one of them lets you search Signet spell traps, one of them lets you mill a monster, one of them lets you target a monster in your graveyard, add it back to your hand.
And the other one that lowers their monster attack with 0 and no effects.
Yes.
Wow. So like a better effect veiler?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
permanent.
It's permanent?
Man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
permanent.
Okay.
Code Radiator is the name of the card.
Yeah.
Look it up.
The thing is like I don't like links, but I know power when I see it. And I can see people have fun playing them. And I've seen you just fucking nuts to butts with like all the Link decks, except for Salamangreats, I think. And I'm kind of insulted because that one's my favorite. But yeah, I don't object to it.
I've played them before, and I've tried to make them work as good as I like the Link climb the most.
Yeah.
In Salamangreats, it's like they could kind of do the Link climb, but they can't do it as well as Rockets or Code Talkers can. Another thing, Code Talkers are almost always playing Firewall Dragon.
Question. Doesn't that make it the Joey of the decks from their series?
It is fire based.
I was saying more so because it's compared to their big 3 decks, right? Like Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, Dark Magician. Wouldn't it be Salamangreats for Joey, Blue Eyes for Boral Code, Access Code Talker for Dark Magician? Because from what I've seen of representation, Soul Burner is basically Joey.
Yeah. And I really do want to learn the deck more. I want to make it in Master Duel, but it's very expensive.
Oh, damn.
The whole extra deck is URs and SRs.
Fair enough.
Also, the Code monsters also have a second effect if they're on the field.
Right.
Funny enough, Joey and Mokuba also technically overlay here. So Joey technically has 4 decks, but we're not talking about that.
Semantics.
Yeah.
I think it can go in S.
Yeah, I'm gonna put I'm gonna do this.
Code.
I'm gonna do that.
I can't see what card that is.
It's Dark Magician.
Okay.
Okay.
The last one's Crystal Beast.
Yup. Shit. Everything that y'all said about access code talker and fucking the link climb shit, Crystal Beasts now do in spades. They are so OP now. With their new advanced Crystal Beast. This dude brought it in to a tournament like the other week or some shit. I know the cards aren't out yet, but we have English translations. And he was just having fun using proxies and shit. He's like, "Hey, anyone want to duel me? I'm not entering a tournament because I'm dead set on waiting for Crystal Beast to come out before I play Yu-Gi-Oh again for some reason." I was like, "Holy shit, you're gonna be waiting a while, Chief, but good on you." And I was like, "I have my Crystal Beast deck. Let's mirror match." And he was like, "What type of Crystal Beast deck do you run?" I'm like, "I'm running what is technically right now the current meta, and for Crystal Beast." And he was like, "Oh, so like Rainbow Neo spam and shit like that." I was like, "Yeah, too bad they just killed Verite though, so I can't really." He's like, "I don't care about that. We're playing fucking proxy cards anyway." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. So I can use Verite?" He's like, "Absolutely, go ahead." I summon fucking Neos and a couple Xyz to like link up and like make a good enough board. The dude fucking annihilated me. He didn't even fucking like wait. I didn't know what the fuck was happening half the time. And because I wasn't fully aware of the cards, he showed me what like the Crystal Beast advanced versions can really fucking do. Holy shit, it is a nightmare. Because this dude was like, "I'm gonna use Foolish Burial Goods, send Advanced Dark to the graveyard, and then on top of it, activate, what was it? The huh?
I don't know.
The field spell that mimics field spells in your graveyard.
Pimento Space.
Pseudo space.
Pseudo space.
Yes,
he summoned Pseudo Space and I was like, "Dude, doesn't that mean like all the Dark Crystal Beasts are just gonna explode when, that card is no longer Advanced Dark?" He's like, "I don't need that." I was like, "Excuse you?" And he proceeded to make the biggest link climb board I've ever seen in my life. Then use Crystal Blessings, do it again, and summon not only Access Code Talker, but Borreload, whatever the link for Borreloads are. Or the really good one. The one that just came out. What was it? Borland, I think. Yeah. Summoned that shit somehow. And summoned Soryuja. All in the same fucking turn. And I was like, dude. So you have Rainbow Overdrive Dragon. And all 4 of these Link monsters. He was like, yeah, it was really easy too. I was like, and it followed the rules. The judge walked over. He was like, yes. Yes, it did. I was like, you fucking what? Holy shit, they are so strong now. I want them in S tier, but that's hogging the hot spot technically, even though y'all each technically have 2 decks to a degree. So yeah, fucking Christ. They're gonna get nerfed in the future. I foresee it. Or they're gonna make it to where like some floodgate comes back.
Was it Crystal Abundance that made like all those plays possible?
Yeah.
So if they would hit anything, it'd probably be that card, right?
No.
No.
Abundance was like a side thought for him for some reason. I was like, so you're just using Abundance for a joke? He's like, yeah, I wouldn't run it if it wasn't for the memes. I was like, that doesn't seem natural. And he was like, no. But you could just do everything with Advanced Dark Ruby Carbuncle the same you could with Abundance. And I was like, okay, I guess I see the numbers there. But I think Advanced Dark Ruby Carbuncle would get limited before anything happens to that deck. It could be great. It's way stronger than it used to be. And because before, what our combo was summon Verite and hope to God they don't pop Neos twice.
Yeah.
So, shit dog, what am I going to do? But the fact with how much spamming you can do now is just miraculous for a GX deck.
It's just all hopes for Jade to be the strongest Crystal Beast player.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that guy, copy his list, and be like, "Ayo, no one's killing me." I think the Soryuja was like part of the thing that actually made him live though, because of the draw like 3 or some shit that he got.
So did draw 4 put 3 of them back?
By the way, I think he used like 2 rare values, 2 crystal blessings. He didn't even like Ruby Carbuncle, Advanced Dark. You no longer need Crystal Promise. Throw that shit out of your deck. It's useless. And I was like, oh, damn, that sucks. That was like the main combo maker before.
Wait, like
but...
the advanced Carbuncle or the normal?
Yeah, because Advanced Ruby Carbuncle could special summon itself to the field without anything. Yeah, so you just, oh no, it's in the spell and trap card. Oh, it's back. Oh, and everything's back too. It's just constant with that too. And like 2 crystal blessings will just put them back onto your field in spell and trap card zone. So you can still summon like 4 fucking monsters again. Shit's dope. The deck's stupid crazy. But like there's only 2 points where you can negate it. After that point, you're looking for that goddamn fucking Nibiru, and you're praying for a Raigeki, because that thing will topple everything.
Yeah.
But,
A. I feel like it's either an A.
I want to say it's S just from the combos that Jaden is describing it from it.
And he told... The weird thing is just like the most important card you can have in your hand is Crystal Blessings and Advanced Dark Ruby Carbuncle, and you can do all of it. Basically, 80% of the time is what he told me. So I'm like, shit, if those numbers are real, God fuck. But yeah, I don't know. Up to y'all. I'm okay with A. But I think it's S.
Out yet?
I'd say A.
They're not out yet, but it'd be like only a few more months. Till
It's like
possibly get it.
2 more months away.
There's a few more months till Jay becomes the strongest Crystal Beast player.
I'd probably be
I'd
mid.
say A just because it technically can't legally be that strong yet.
On a technicality.
Yeah, that's not a technicality.
Okay. I'm fine with this. I'm gonna...
When did Dark Magician and Red Dragon move to A? Or S?
I thought about it longer and was like, no, they have things there that make them S tier. Because they are more fun just because I'm sick of doing it. Doesn't mean that in holistic values, I'm probably the only one genuinely sick of doing it. I think Joey and Mokuba and Walker personally don't give a shit either way.
Oh,
I'm
really?
doing Dark Magicians. I'm gonna put this in the Codes of Friendship because why not?
Sure.
Oop. All right. Now the actual S tiers. Like, where would these actually belong in like tournament settings? Y'all think?
I don't think Galaxy Eyes, in a tournament setting, could compete with the other decks that would be actually considered S tier.
Okay. I think in current state, definitely these would move down too. Qubits probably would move down one more as well.
Yeah.
Endymion
would
could move up.
to S.
These probably both could. This probably would move down. This is staying where it is because honestly, I don't think it.
Just a good deck.
This probably would move down though to here.
Yeah.
This would definitely move down to here as well.
Mhm.
This would probably move down. This would probably move up. That looks about right?
Looks right to me.
All right. And then we'll get a new one. That was really fast for that. I don't like. Damn. All right. Well, that's the video, fuckers. Goodbye.